Hi there, and welcome to the Christian Science Daily Lift. Today we'll be hearing from DeWitt John Makengo from Kinshasa in the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
In 2022, my ears were blocked and I lost, 90% of my ability to listen. It was really hard for me. And I was thinking, how would I be able to study? I couldn't even listen to what the professor was saying. As a Christian Scientist, I knew that prayer was the solution to every seeming problem that I may go through. There is that idea of oneness with God. And I knew that I was at one with God and I couldn't be separated from God. And that's the idea that drove me throughout the way. I knew I was reflecting mind, which is a name for God. And I was able to understand what the professor was saying because both the professor and me were all reflecting the same mind. And I kept working on that basis and I called a Christian Science practitioner and we prayed about that. And one thing that I understood from our conversation was I did reflect all the qualities like listening because they were not physical senses. They were all spiritual senses. And I knew that was the truth and that was the reality. And a lot of people started asking me if I had to go to the hospital to clean my ears because I was not able to listen. And we booked an appointment to the hospital. As we booked an appointment, they stopped asking me those questions. And to me, it was a time for me to keep on praying. And the day before we go to the hospital, I called the Christian Science practitioner I was working with. And he told me, don't worry, there is nothing that will be found there. So you are all good. And after sleeping in the morning, I just saw that a sort of liquid coming out of my ears. And that's it. My ears were open, so I could now listen and hear everything. And we went to the hospital. And the doctor checked the ears and he said, oh, but there is nothing. And that was the end of it. The relation of God and man are indestructible. Man, that's the image and likeness of God, who is spirit. And man is spiritual because it does reflect God.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you'll join DeWitt and me on this week's Sentinel Watch program. You can listen by going to the link right on the Daily Lift page. We'll see you there.
This podcast is produced by the First Church of Christ, Scientist, in Boston, Massachusetts, USA. Copyright 2024.